Okay. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Philip Jackson, file number is 25-00447. Have your appearances for the record.
Matt Nagel, filling in on behalf of Mr. Adam Pfeiffer from the prosecutor's office, representing the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Derek Etheridge is also the public defender on behalf of Mr. Philip Jackson. Mr. Jackson is appearing by Polycom from the Ingham County Jail, and I'm appearing by Zoom video from here at the courthouse.
It was scheduled today for a probable cause conference for assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder, 2 counts, and then there is a domestic violence third offense notice and the habitual offender third offense notice. This matter is scheduled for a preliminary examination next week, February 27th at 9 a.m. Are we continuing to exam?
Your Honor, we are asking. Yes, Your Honor, would ask the court to continue the matter to exam. Me and Mr. Nagel have spoke briefly earlier. I was just assigned this case yesterday and an appearance was filed, so I haven't received discovery as of yet. So I talked to Mr. Jackson and I will try to meet with him next week, early if possible, early in the week, as soon as I receive the discovery and decide what he wishes to do at that time.
Sounds good. So we will continue to next week. We'll see Mr. Jackson in person at the court. Any additional matters for the record at this time?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Jackson has asked me to make a oral bond motion.
You can proceed.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Jackson is on parole with MDOC. He would like to make himself available to MDOC. He doesn't expect to get out of jail. He only expects the MDOC to take action on the parole violation. He's asking the court to consider a PR bond or low 10% bond, something that he can post to make himself available to MDOC. He understands the seriousness of the charges, and he's on parole for a very serious charge, so it's likely he's not going to get out. Prior to going or prior to this alleged incident, he was gainfully employed. He's got connections to the community, although for this area, since he just got out of prison within the last year, I think he said, he hasn't been in the area that long, but he does have connections to the area. So he's just asking the court to grant him some kind of bond. Right now, I believe, based on our intake form, he has no bond at all. He would ask the court again for a bond, preferably a PR bond or low 10% bond with appropriate bond conditions. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the people would object to any change in the bond condition here. The victim in this matter is the mother of the child that he shared with the victim, but also with whom he had just completed a prison sentence for murdering his child and the victim's child.
No.
This this case is particularly violent. I'm just concerned with losing the defendant. I understand if he's turned over to MDOC and the parole board, he's not likely going anywhere. But I would just object to any kind of PR bond in this matter.
Mr. Pfeiffer is here. I don't know if he wants to make a record. There's been a bond motion on this case.
Oh, okay. Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah, I didn't see you here.
Sorry,
He just walked in as you were talking.
Oh, thank you.
I was on the record with Judge Flores.
No worries. He was responding. If you want to put your appearance on the record, there was a bond motion for Philip Jackson.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Abby Pfeiffer on behalf of the people. Now, who is representing Mr. Jackson? I didn't see
Mr.
him.
Etheridge, he was just appointed yesterday, so he's not even gotten discovery yet.
Understood. The people believe that the no bond is appropriate in this matter, given the fact that he had not even been off parole for 6 months after serving a prison sentence for the homicide of a child. He then beat his girlfriend, bloody, strangled her, and when her mother was in the, I think it was a closet, trying to call 911 for help, he broke the door down and took the phone out of her hand to stop her from calling police. We have eyewitness testimony. We have photographs of injuries corroborating the statements, as well as the blood that was sprayed on the walls that was observed by the officers matching up with the victim's statements. The people believe that the no bond is more than appropriate here and is called for under the court orders.
Yeah, the bond was denied by the magistrate at the time of the arraignment under MCR 6.106. And the bond recommendations or the report that was relied on in conjunction with the defendant's criminal history indicated that he was presently on active parole for homicide, murder, second degree, very serious charges. While on parole doesn't indicate to the court that someone is willing to be compliant with bond conditions. So I think the bond denial is appropriate under the circumstances. Your motion is denied. But we'll see Mr. Jackson in person next week for exam. Any additional matters for the record?
Mr. Etheridge, just to get the appearance to us as quick as he can, I'll make sure discovery gets to you guys as quick as he can. If for whatever reason there's a delay and you're not getting it, let me know and I'll make sure that it gets to you guys. I want to make sure it gets to you well in time of the exam.
All right, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Etheridge, you do have, I think, Erica O'Neill here.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready to proceed with Ms. O'Neill.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Erica O'Neill, 24-02381, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Matt Nagel for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Derek Etchers, Office of Public Defender on behalf of Ms. O'Neill. Ms. O'Neill and I are both appearing by video.
Miss O'Neill. Okay, I have here a preliminary examination that's scheduled on Miss O'Neill. Let's see. Actually, no, I think this one is waiting for an assessment or something.
Your Honor, this is either a review hearing or a probable cause conference. This was a referral to mental health court. Ms. Bessinen is still working on the assessment. One of the holdups in this matter was that Ms. O'Neill was facing criminal charges in Genesee County, where they sent her for a competency hearing. I had been playing phone tag with her attorney there recently, but I did speak with her yesterday. She advised me that she will send me a copy of the competency by email, the competency report. She advised me that Ms. O'Neill has entered into I believe, a misdemeanor plea resolution in that court or in that county and is scheduled for sentencing. She was going to send me updated information about that by email as well. Once I received that information, Ms. Bessinen needed it or wanted it prior to completing her assessment. So that is the status and what we're waiting on.
Okay, so how much time do we need to reset this for?
Your Honor, I would say 2 to 3 weeks, maybe. If I get the information from her attorney there, I will forward it immediately. I'm not sure about Ms. Bessinet's schedule, but she is pretty prompt once she gets all the information.
What are you doing,
Okay,
Dave?
sounds March 13th at 9:30. March 13th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Any additional matters for today's record for Ms. O'Neill?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Ms. O'Neill. And then Mr. Etheridge for Jason Lby is, I know this was set for a review. Do we need to set that one out any further as well?
Yes, Your Honor. There's still, my understanding, they're still working on the assessment, or it may have just been completed recently. Marie Taylor was working on it, but she's no longer at that office. And if it is completed, then we'll just do the paperwork, I believe, to have it transferred.
Yeah. At what time? March 13th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.